And we're going to need to move the tractor a little bit closer.
Why so annoying?
Squeak. Jump out.
I can't even do it myself.
And that's connected. Okay, let's turn the pump on.
You might have this really big one.
There we go. So as far as I gather, this is really the only thing that the manure system adds. I mean, you can now buy these IBCs as refillable or standard. If you buy them standard, they disappear when they're empty. If you buy them as refillable, then once you empty them, they stay there. But I can still, I could still just reverse this tractor up to the IBC and fill it using normal fill button methods. I believe the filler is on that side. It would be good if it is, because obviously that's the side we get out of the tractor.
No. Okay.
There we go. And that's plugged in. So press the button, the engine revs up, and we sit here and wait for that thing to empty. And of course the other thing is, using this system you can obviously empty multiple fertilizer tanks into one. Why am I stuck? There we go. You can empty multiple tanks. So for example, neither of the tanks we have on that sprayer holds 2,000 litres of fertilizer, but if I've got more than one tank, if both tanks have some in it, I can unload them into the same IBC, rather than normally what would happen is if I unload them as is, they would spawn two IBCs. One with 1100 in the front from the front tank, and one from 900 in the in the rear tank. Which keep things tidy, so I don't mind that. Also with the realistic seeder mod, where you have to buy the specific seed for the crop that you want to plant, it will consolidate partial pallets of seed into one where it's able to. You just hold the pallet over the other one and it will unload into the one on the ground. Again, keeping things tidy. Round the corner and up the lane. Also, I heard there's a new warning from the CDC: do not kiss and cuddle your chickens. So I wasn't planning on buying any, but just don't snuggle with your chickens, it's unhealthy. Or you might squash them, I don't know, it wasn't really clear why, just CDC thinks you shouldn't. Oh, I need to turn the map on so I can see where we go. So, there it is. only grass field on our left is 34. And off here and up the path. Through the woods we go. No. Well, that's the cup of tea gone. I guess I could move over to the right a tiny bit. And cruise control on. Let's do this. Where am I driving? There we go. About true north. So of course we're not going to make it all the way down this row because we only got halfway down from the top end. But it does mean we can do this bit here and then we finish off behind, well, should we? Maybe we'll finish off behind the trees over there and then come down because that'll leave us closer to the field exit. Anyway, so what percentage have we done? We were at 52, so we're already up to 67. Like I said, I'm not sure how this percentage works. I'm not sure it's strictly linear. Maybe it is. Well, we really didn't get far last time coming down. There it is. Okay. We're going to follow the edge of the field to the right until we get back lined up with the next row going north. There we go. So yeah, if we do this top bit, it involves less driving once we're done. So that's the, oh, that's a high tension power line. Ooh. And so 68. This was, I can't remember, this about 13,000 pay. So it'll give us 80,000 once we're done. And obviously selling that silage in a couple of days. One, it gives us a significant amount of digestate which we can then spread on the field. So we do have a spreader, or spreader, whatever it is, we have one. So that's not an additional expense. I don't think it's particularly large, but it is what it is. We probably need, I don't know, probably a semi-tanker. So we can haul digestate quickly from BGA to wherever we need it. And I might also get a, what is it? A field tank so that we can we can fill the tank, we can bring the tanker and keep the applicator reasonably well stocked when we use it. Said I'm not, because of the chain, because crops now require different amounts of nitrogen. It's not so clear cut how much, how frequently we're going to do oilseed radish to boost the nutrient content, and how frequently we're going to use digestate. Because we don't want to over nitrogenate the soil, and the only way to control that is with a standard spray or solid fertilizer applicator, which includes planters where they carry fertilizer. And that's one of the reasons why I didn't use so much solid fertilizer, because I bought enough to fertilize all the fields, but I planted sunflowers and the usage of solid fertilizer was 0 on those fields. So we ended up with all the solid fertilizer left over from last year. But you don't want to plant you don't want to do oilseed radish and digestate and then go and plant sunflowers, because there'll be too much nitrogen in the soil and you won't get a good yield. So we'll have to be careful on that. Well, I'll need to plan what crop is being planted in which field when I harvest it, in order to determine what we're going to put in that field for the winter. So, oilseed radish is actually a good thing to use because it is a low-cost fertilizer. Doing here. Put the cruise control on, and then we can check. We're 87% done. So this is almost complete, and then we can run this back to the main yard. And that's good. Turn off, thank you. But I also don't have a lot of information to go on. I should create myself a spreadsheet so I can refer to ideal nitrogen levels for each of the various crop types. And then maybe limit what we plant. I mean, for example, if I plant triticale, I'm going to assume that it needs approximately the same level of nitrogen as wheat, barley, oats, and I think spelt, because they're all in the cereal family. With soybeans, not sure, because they're legumes. But we can't go too badly wrong if we make that assumption. So, if we've got a crop that needs 160 litres per hectare, then not a problem. We'll do oilseed radish and the other stuff, digestate, if the field is seriously depleted. Otherwise, we'll just do one. If we're going to do sunflowers, I'm not going to do any other spreading on that field unless the field is seriously depleted in nitrogen, in which case we'll do one and one only. And then we just use regular fertilizer to top up automatically to the ideal levels. And that's the way it'll go. So how are we doing? 93. Swing that round and turn it off. And a little bit of a cheat there. You can spray at least a little bit of the field faster than 7 miles an hour by turning the sprayer off and getting up to full speed. .96. We might not even make it to the end. I'll probably need to turn around, I'm guessing. Although this is a good size field.
Okay. Daddy, watch.
Yeah, don't put things up there.
They're already up there.
Words. Honk to you.
Oh, you.
Mommy, I love you. Wake up and play with me. So fertilizer's in the front tank, so that's good. I think we are, well, I'm not sure we're absolutely done with doing fertilizer contracts, because this field is first layer fertilizer application, and these guys still run under the base game rules of 3 levels of fertilizer to fully do it. Okay, we're done. Fold that up. We'll drive off here. Bouncy, 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 and call the guy up and let's get paid. Okay, 22,000. That's nice. So 90,000. I'm happy. And again, I've kind of got all the equipment I want. I would like a telehandler on the farm. I could borrow a little bit of money. In fact, what I could do is borrow a little bit of money, buy a telehandler and a bale handling fork, and put that in the BGA so that we can sell the things, the stuff. What am I talking about? I can sell the silage bales using that, and then once all our silage bales are sold, we can ship it back to the farm and use it there. But for right this minute, fertilization is done. Now, if I was if I wasn't going to do contracts, then this would be a simple case of we can take these tanks off, put this tractor with standard wheels, and use it as a farm, field tractor. But can't do that if I'm going to be doing fertilizer contracts over the rest of the year. Since they all pay really well, that's the problem. It's almost like, am I cheating in money or not by doing them all? Anyway, this is looking like it could probably use a clean. Yeah. So I'll leave it at the front of the yard by the pressure washer. Then we'll head out to field 25, I think, to get on with our clover experiment. And as I said, I'm guessing that alfalfa, horsegrass, and whatever the other grasses are that are part of the Maize Plus DLC or the Maize Plus mod are all similar to the way Clover works. So Clover they're all grasses, but they don't quite work like modified grass does for seasons. That's specifically grass, but they are classed as grasses when it comes to crop rotation, and they do have you can bale them, you can ted them, you can windrow them, they're cut with a mower. Let's park this in the on the side here. So yeah, if we do, actually, let's do this. So today is overcast, tomorrow is overcast with a little bit of sun in the afternoon. No, actually, little bit of sun when the sun's due to come up. Saturday sunny, Sunday overcast, Monday sunny, rain on Wednesday. This is day 2, day 3, mid 1, mid 2, mid 3, late 1, late 2. That's kind of when we're looking to harvest, so that's going to be a pain in the butt. Sheep. We're kind of out of silage at the moment, so that's going to be a problem. They're completely out of silage, but that's going to be a problem for the next 2 days. But if we go here, so wheat's a cereal, cotton's a cereal, canola's an oilseed, sunflower's an oilseed. So there's the potential that canola and sunflower need the same amount of nitrogen, or similar amounts of nitrogen. Corn's okay, poplars are grass. So we got grass. Grass is grass, and you ted it and then you leave it for time, and it becomes whatever it becomes. Hay, dried, whatever. Sugar cane's a cereal, we can't do sugar cane. Rye is a cereal, so we haven't done rye yet. Triticale is a cereal. Spelt is a cereal, so I'm kind of thinking they have similar nitrogen requirements to triticale. Alfalfa is a legume. Interesting. Clover is a legume. Yes, and so these don't have the same nitrogen requirements as grass. Grass needs lots. Field grass is grass, so I'm guessing that needs a lot. Horse grass is grass, I'm guessing once again that needs a lot. And then pasture grass, and I don't know what the different types are. Carrots and onions, we're probably not doing those. Miscanthus is a grass. And I don't think I'm going to have enough time to try all of these out unless we seriously extend this Saturday stream past what is it? Past the release of Farm Sim 22. Okay. At least we'll give the sheep water so that they're happy. They're not going to die. Dead sheep's not good. I've noticed a lot of other streamers tend to... there we go. They tend to put all of their waterworks here, so this handle next to the trough, that next to the trough, and sort of... Why not just stick it somewhere convenient? In a cowshed, why not stick the tap outside the barn? Anyway, let's back up. So, here is our new acquisition. We have bought ourselves a JCB 4 Series. It's the base game model. And I put a front loader on it because I sold the Lindner and the Fendt, both of which had front loaders on them. Okay, so if I drive forward and stick the bucket in the ground here, we have semi-dry clover. So this light stuff is semi-dry clover. And I'll drop that over there. And this is what threw me about clover, was this stuff here is clover hay, and it's a darker texture than the semi-dry. But to convert semi-dry to... did I get that up there? To convert semi-dry to hay, we just head it. So this is much like grass in the base game. You ted the grass, it becomes hay. And not quite so similar to regular grass. Hello, let's lift. Where obviously regular grass, you need, you have to leave it for time with seasons running. But there are multiple levels of clover. You cut the clover. We cut the clover with the mowers, and it was clover. We tedded it once, and it became semi-dry clover. And I'm tedding it for a second time, and it's becoming clover hay. So the rationale behind buying the JCB is that it's a bigger tractor than the Fendt was, and I'm kind of needing 250 horsepower tractors. I'm not sure that's quite this amount, but we're in that ballpark. So it's a good horsepower tractor. It has the four-wheel steering, which the Lindner had, so it'll allow us to maneuver around the yard. And we'll probably end up using it to put stuff away when we have to. And then obviously, since I got rid of both of the tractors that had front loaders, it needed to have the front loader. So we've still got the Case IH, which is similar size to this. Obviously this one goes a lot faster. I'm going to have to bring another tractor, aren't I? Okay, so that's all tedded. So now we have a field full of either grass hay or clover hay. As I said, the grass dried naturally. Run this over to the edge here. And we will drop that off. And the windrow we got is the Cavernland from the Cavernland DLC. I think